everybody. Hello. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? All right, so listen, we had to go live. I said that we would go live at some point. It just had to happen that some point is 9:28 p.m. on a very busy Thursday night. I am exhausted. And Jay Gulinello is here. What's going on, Jay?
Yeah, man. Exhausted is the right word, but happy to be doing it. Happy to be here.
Oh, wait, that's not a split with you. Hold on, let me get a... Sorry. With Jay. There you go. Okay, so, hey, we're live for a little bit. We just wanted to let you know what's going on over here and see how you guys are all doing, what the hell's going... You know, Jay, there's one thing I wish if we were able to do something a little bit earlier tonight and get some talking in. Boy, what a circus with RFK today.
I was very angry this morning.
What a circus.
I mean, those senators should be ashamed of themselves across the aisle. I mean, Cassidy, a Republican, but I mean, the Democrats, we expected that from Cassidy, embarrassed himself. It's almost like they really don't care about public health. It's almost like they don't care.
Nah, yeah. It's almost like they want us to be sick and dead.
So weird.
I think they like when we're sick and dying.
I'll tell you, man, you know, Kennedy has the disadvantage of not being, he's a great speaker, but he's not a great speaker, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like he's got the advantage of the intellect, the sort of intellectual prowess as an attorney to be able to handle the room, and he handled them. He got them so flustered that all they could resort to were these like crazy hyperbolic things like, you're gonna kill all the children. Like that's really what it came down to. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'd be happy to, discuss this with you. You're gonna kill the children. That's all they kept saying.
But he's physically unable
but it just doesn't come across in that authoritative way.
Maybe he can go to maybe he can start really practicing his typing.
And I
see all the lights are
extra innings already. Well,
the lights
time
are
to
turning
go.
off. All the lights are turning off on us right now. I'm surprised yours hasn't turned off.
Oh, Frank! He's really in touch with this studio.
I know. It's like,
it obeys his commands.
Well, you know what I should do? Hold on. Let me turn that front entrance light off. Let me just for a second.
Turn them all off. Let's get like a birthday cake candle kind of thing going.
That's a little bit better.
Okay.
To hell with it.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, if he was a good typer, I'd say he should go out there and do all of his public addresses through like the Microsoft Sam voice.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
There's so many AI generated voices that would be better.
I mean, Stephen Hawking used to do that.
And it's not that I can't get past it. Obviously it's distracting.
Yeah.
But what he brings to the table intellectually makes. But I feel it sounds exhausting.
Oh yeah. I mean, today. And I don't know if they do this on purpose, but you could hear him breathing in between, like because his microphone was on when the senators were speaking. And that was really funny because, when I wasn't watching it and I could just hear it in the background because I was working and I had it on in the background, it almost sounded like he was like Darth Vader. So if I was Saturday Night Live and Saturday Night Live was still funny, I would turn RFK into Darth Vader while the senators were speaking because they're asking their questions and he's like, it's really
don't know the power.
It was really funny. But he schooled them, man, and it was great to see. And sometimes I wish I could get up there, but I would get thrown out in 10 seconds because I just can't. I couldn't handle the stupidity.
I just wish that it was like some of those Asian countries where everybody just takes their canes out and starts fighting.
Yeah.
I just want to see fist fights.
You can, if you go to my Twitter or my X feed, you can see how pissed off I was this morning. I tweeted twice in a row screenshots of each of the senators and what they were getting from pharma, and so I was like really angry in real time. So I don't.
Hold on, let me see.
I don't usually do that, but I.
Oh yeah, there's a couple in a row.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Wait, window. Let me get this up.
I stopped because I didn't want to make a
The political hack. This political hack received over $350,000 from the pharmaceutical industry in the year 2024, plus another $580,000 from health professionals. He's a zealot with low intellect and suspect motives. These are not the best of us. What a disgrace. And that is Ron Wyden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then, of course,
I wanted to play fair, so I went across the aisle.
Bill Cassidy, another clown who uses being a doctor as some sort of moral high ground, receives over $712,000 from the pharmaceutical industry and another $1.3 million from health professionals in the year 2024. Man, the work I put in to try to just be able to not only fund this little tiny operation and have just something to save for my family. Remarkable. And the money that is being made, it's disgusting, and they take from us.
Yes. And if you remember, Frank, when you and I were here, it wasn't last time, but it was maybe over the summer, like earlier in the summer, we broke down, or we started speaking about that Brownstone Institute article, The Plot to Get RFK. And Cassidy was at the center of that. And it was a leaked document from a bio meeting, like a pharmaceutical meeting, where they talked about Cassidy and how they were sinking millions of dollars into removing RFK by September. And here we are in September. And who's, behind the microphone trying to denigrate RFK? I mean, Wyden said he should resign or Trump should fire him. The guy who was getting $350,000 or whatever I wrote. I looked that up to make sure that I got the exact amounts. But yeah, so, I mean, they're right on track. Even when they get exposed, they don't change their tactics. We knew this was coming in September, but I thought RFK handled himself very well.
I want to bite their faces.
I want to do worse than that.
I want to bite their faces.
Yeah.
We have a couple of super chats. Rhinoceros says, truth fears no lies. RFK just proved that. And the funny part was how dumb and compromised the Senate is.
Yeah.
And Steve Ellis says, have a jammin' jamboree, Jay and Frank. Well, we'll talk about that in just a second.
Thanks, Steve.
We'll talk about that in just a second. You go ahead, Jay. I'm going to grab some clips.
Yeah. RFK said at one point, what did he say? Something along the lines of, well, there were two different instances. One was with Elizabeth Warren, who's just, you can't even listen to her. She's so shrill and shrieky. There was another guy, I didn't catch his name, but he was, RFK kept turning the questions around on him, and all he would say is, I'm answering the questions here. Oh, it was about mRNA. He said, so are you telling me that there was no myocarditis associated with the COVID shots? And he said, I'm asking the questions here. I was like, oh, okay. And then RFK, he kind of flipped the table. He says, oh, so you're avoiding the question, which I thought was brilliant. That's how you have to handle these people, because that's all they're there is for a show. And RFK also repeatedly said, is that a question or is that some kind of just a general statement? Because I'll answer the question, but it seems like you just want to make a statement. And that's exactly what they want to do. They want to get up there and grandstand and tap dance for their donors and for the crazy partisan hacks out there like the Elizabeth Warren supporters who don't actually care about health or don't care about anything but electing a Democrat to save us all from the authoritarian Nazi fascist Donald Trump.
There's so many fascists out there.
It's crazy.
Here's one clip. The CDC needs leaders willing to chart a new course. Hold on, here we go.
Yes, Senator.
Oh, hold on, sorry. The music is still on. Didn't know that. My bad.
This morning, I got the latest numbers from CDC that 76.4% of Americans now have a chronic disease. This is stunning. When my uncle was president, it was 11%. 1950, it was 3%. Today, it's 76.4%. 8 out of 10 of our kids cannot qualify for military service. This is a national security issue. When my uncle was president, we spent 0 on chronic disease.
That's
I wonder what they see. And of course, you're never going to actually get to those conversations because the only purpose that these people serve is to sidestep they sidestep, and they're up there to represent very, very big corporate interests.
Yeah.
And they don't care about anything except keeping the business model that they've created or that was handed to them in play. Because not only does it mean that all of that money goes away, it also means that if this cracks, there's not only just a loss of income, it is the loss of liability protection.
Absolutely.
And not only that, but there could be, if liability protection in anything goes away, then it could very well be that you could have people charged retroactively for things that were done in the past. So there's such a huge reason why this mindless hamster wheel gaslighting front has to go up there. Yes, they're all on the payroll, but they're more so defending a very, very long chain of people who are complicit in very, very serious crimes, and liability protection going forward is important because even if you keep all of the month, like I'm still waiting for the federal government under the direction of RFK to say that pharmaceutical ads need to be taken off of television.
And there is a bill, I believe, that's in the works right now.
I'm waiting for it because things like that will make real big impacts.
Yeah, it will.
And any kind of disruption to the flow of money, that's something to be said. But the disruption to the protection from liability is monstrous. It's monstrous. You can't do anything.
No, you're right. And this is why we have to, none of us want to go back and relive COVID, but we should all be interested in relitigating or continuing to litigate COVID, because if you listen to the senators today, they are still pretending. They're still cosplaying COVID was a success, and if it wasn't for the COVID vaccine, there would have been X millions of deaths. And again, RFK had the perfect answer, because one of them said, let's just go with the basic facts. Do you agree that whatever million Americans died, as of from COVID? And he said, no. He said, He said, I don't know how many Americans died from COVID. He said, you're the director of HHS. You don't know how many people. And RFK said the perfect answer. Nobody knows because the data is so screwed up. And that is the answer. But these senators, they are Dunning-Kruger all-stars. They're so dumb. They don't even know what they don't know, some of them. Some of them are intentionally being obtuse in order to, as you said, just sort of help keep the gravy train running, right? Because if in September, remember, RFK is also going to supposedly drop information about the proximal cause of autism.
Can you imagine if he drops it on Saturday night during the jamboree?
The whole evening has now taken on a new turn. Frank, give me the mic.
We have an update.
Break it all down.
We have an update from Washington, D.C., everybody.
But I mean, that's coming in September. So if you don't think that September is going to be a hot month, I mean, look how it started. But that was RFK's, one of his finest moments. I don't know how many people died. Nobody knows how many people died. That is why I fired all these CDC jackasses, because the data is so corrupt. Nobody can possibly give you that answer. But the senators want to pretend like it was a rousing success. Oh, well, thank God we masked our children and locked down schools. Otherwise, it would have been much worse.
It was rousing. Let's listen to a little bit more. Hello, everybody. By the way, hello to Special K. Says, gotta say, really miss you tonight, Frank and friends. I needed this. Well, good. 10 hours behind the bars today, said brother Zoe. So hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Everybody out there that is traveling to the Jamboree, I hope you're doing it safely. Yes, I keep getting updates from all over the place. It's great. Let's see. Let's go to a little bit more of this, and then we'll talk about what we did tonight, and then we'll get off around 10 o'clock. I wanted to just at least do a half hour together.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Today we spend $1.3 trillion. It's the biggest cause. It's increasing. And all of the arguments that Republicans and Democrats have about single payer, Obamacare, or with the various ways to allocate the health dollars, they're all like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic.
Yes, they are.
If we don't end this chronic disease, we are the sickest country in the world. That's why we have to fire people at CDC. They did not do their job. This was their job to keep us healthy.
Thank you,
And
Mr.
I need to fire some of those people to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Oh, please fire them all and then burn the building down. I again, going back to why, because when you talk about those numbers, 70-something%, what is it he say?
Well, so that's what I was just going to say, Frank. Well, last time I was on the show, I underestimated this because I'm using numbers that I've given and presented at the retreat the last couple of years. 6 in 10 American adults have one chronic disease, and 40% have more than one. He just said 76%. I was off. I said 60%. So, I mean,
you're off by 16.4%.
It's gotten worse. It's gotten worse since the last time I looked. This is what I'm saying. We're not trending in the right direction. And these hacks in the Senate want to pretend like RFK is going to ruin public health. No, I want to I know you can swear on this show, but it's too late to swear.
I know.
It's a failure already. And they refuse to even accept the fact that they were on guard. And again, another great thing RFK said, you didn't say anything in the last 20 years when chronic disease rates were ravaging the country. You don't care. You only care now because it's about to disrupt everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's good. And I like that this is not partisan in any way.
Yeah.
And the best thing is, not the best thing, but like I was saying before, when you think about what the purpose of the United States senators involved in these committees really are all about, why the hamster wheeling, why the gaslighting, and of course they're gaslighting and blockading in front of these incredible numbers in front that are 1 point along a very linear timeline that you can see progressively getting worse.
Yeah.
And the more money being spent, the worse it gets. So the fact that, of course, they all team up to attack a person like RFK is one thing, but the other thing there too is that the only prescription ever is to maybe allocate or redirect a little bit of the money that was never going toward anything useful.
No.
Ever.
Nope.
Because if it was, 76.4% would not be a reality.
I mean, think about you think the weathermen fail, sometimes everyone makes the joke about it's the greatest job in the world because you can be wrong and just keep being wrong. And the weathermen don't know what they're doing, but they keep their job. It's even worse in public health at this point. If you have 76% of the adults in your country with a chronic disease, how can you even pretend? I mean, not even a child would say that was successful. So, I mean, these people, the gaslighting is off the charts. And the defense that people like Elizabeth Warren, like her whole line of attack was, can you assure us, Senator, that everybody 6 months and older can go in and get their gene-altering therapy? And he's like, no. He said, you want me to, he said, they can get it, but you want me to recommend something that has no clinical backing, and there's no need for right now. And she just kept saying, you said in your confirmation hearing that you would allow that. She's advocating for 6-month-olds to be given mRNA boosters. I mean, it's psychotic if it wasn't just for someone like her who takes a ton of pharmaceutical money. If it wasn't corrupt, it would just be psychotic to think that that's the hill that you're really going to die on. And I hope Americans are taking note, because while they may not be in love with everything that RFK or the Trump administration are doing come the midterms, you're going to turn it over to these people, these other people who just want to mandate medicine on you? I mean,
here's another one. This is he's talking directly to Ron Wyden on this one.
An agenda that I think is fundamentally cruel and defies common sense. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do I got a reply?
Please.
Senator, you've sat in that chair.
I'd rather take RFK Jr.'s throat than the other guy's squishy mouth.
Exactly.
Sounds like his mouth is there's fish.
He also sounds like Sylvester.
It sounds like there's fish flopping around in a shallow puddle inside of that fucking guy's mouth. Listen to this.
Kennedy.
Look, there's minnows in this guy's mouth splashing around in saliva pools.
Fundamentally cruel and defies common sense.
Splash, splash, splash. Can you imagine how much spit is on his desk right now? This fucking cartoon character.
Interns.
Ugh.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do I got a reply?
Do I got to reply to Sylvester the cat? Sylvester the cat over here. I thought I had it bad.
Senator, you've sat in that chair for how long? 20, 25 years?
85.
Chronic disease in our children went up to 76%.
Thank you.
And you said nothing. You never asked the question why it's happening. Why is this happening? Today, for the first time in 20 years, we learned that infant mortality has increased in our country. It's not because I came in here. It's because of what happened during the Biden administration that we're going to end.
I'm going to let Senator Wyden respond briefly to that.
Emotional,
and then we're
watch.
not
Appeal
gonna
to
go
emotion.
over
Here
like
it comes.
We just did.
This committee on a bipartisan basis, enacting an agenda that
Oh, I didn't hear it. Well, that was the end of it.
Yeah, he just goes on to say, you're endangering children. By the way, just as a side note, if you didn't know, this freak show, Wyden, there's also plenty of pictures of him at pride parades handing trans flags to children in masks, by the way. I saw that earlier today, too. So just in case you want to know what this guy's all about. Endangering children? Look in the mirror, Sylvester. Senator Sylvester. That's how I'm going to refer to him forever now.
That's it.
That guy really pisses me off. Because again, these people, and you know the other thing I noticed, Frank, not one of them, they were all just pre-made talking points, obviously. But not one of them cited a study, a statistic, showed any kind of mastery or understanding of health. Even the doctor, Senator Cassidy, he said even, I'm going to approach this not as a senator, but as a doctor. Again, like I said, as if that gives you some kind of moral high ground. What's a doctor? A doctor is a person who memorized a whole bunch of facts in med school. Doesn't make you a critical thinker. Doesn't make you honest. Doesn't make you able to discern.
Damn it,
fact
woman,
from
I'm a
fiction.
doctor, not a pool man.
Right. I think I'd rather have the pool man at this point, Senator Cassidy. But my point is nobody cited a statistic. RFK did. RFK knows those off the top of his head. None of those senators know a damn thing. It was all appeal to emotion. You're going to kill our children, RFK.
Well, here's another one. I wish I had more clips, but like I said, I didn't know how long we were even going to be on tonight. This is what, Elizabeth Warren?
Oh, no. Sorry, everybody.
This, well, I mean, it's only a couple of seconds, only 13 seconds when
It's 13 seconds too many.
You know, oh, look at her. Oh.
I never promised that I was going to recommend products with which there is no indication.
When you said,
And I know you've taken $855,000 from pharmaceutical companies,
God, I
Senator.
love that.
I want to see more.
I love it.
I want to see more. I have not. What a saggy harridan. She is one of the worst of the harridans out there. Yeah. God, Massachusetts, what the hell's wrong with you people?
Oh,
now listen, we got problems too. What's wrong with us? What's wrong with the people we live around?
I know, man. I know. I mean, imagine that you went from Senator John F. Kennedy to Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Listen, you went from Senator John F. Kennedy to Ted Kennedy.
Yeah, I know.
That was bad enough.
I know.
And it's just, I mean, over here between Elizabeth Warren and Kirsten Gillibrand, geez, we are really done in.
It just, if you're a layperson at home and you're watching and you just, I just can't imagine you think these people actually care about you. Again, I mean, he's sitting there telling you we are out of control in terms of chronic disease. Don't you think we should, even if you don't agree with me, don't you agree we should do things differently? No, the answer is no. They don't even think that, Frank. Their idea of health is to continue to drive us into the brick wall that's created 76% of the population, adult population, having a chronic disease. That's their only answer. They have no other answer. Stop taking down the institutions. What, the institutions that led us here? Of course I want to take down the institutions. Oh, it's remarkable.
I know.
It really is.
I know.
But here we are.
Here we are.
I told you this morning, when I was watching this thing, I was infuriated. I almost had to stop doing my job. I'm like working with clients and I'm like, hold on a second, I'm watching something and it's pissing me off.
I'm just like, I wasn't watching much of it. I understand that you were working your other jobs this morning. And of course, when I woke up, my job was I cleared my plate so that it was just bringing things over here, organizing stuff. I mean, you have no clue the stuff that we were doing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Aurora was ripping and roaring.
Oh, yeah. She was filling up gift bags.
Aurora was filling up VIP gift bags. And she's just, passing things along. She's like getting in the groove. Okay,
don't worry. She's got her work permits. Don't worry about it. Nobody call anybody.
Right. She's in bed now, though. Don't worry. But she's drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes in the back.
Yeah, I mean, I offered her coffee. She's like, no, thank you. I'm good.
She's burning the candle at both ends. I don't even got any time for this, Dad. We have to get more bags done.
Dad, why are you sitting? Get up. Yeah, she was very, very helpful.
Yeah, well, it's all I really don't know what the hell is going on out there. But I did see people tweeting about, holy shit, I cannot believe what I'm watching. And I'm like, oh damn, I'm gonna have to get some sort of a thread on this with all the best highlights. So I only saw a few.
Yeah. And I think, Frank, September is going to be an interesting month for what we do here together, you and I that do the health stuff, because I do feel like there's going to be a lot of bombs, metaphorical and perhaps literal, dropped in the month of September for a variety of reasons, including whatever he's going to drop about autism. But I don't think that this is not the end of them trying to force RFK into an early retirement. But I was really encouraged that Trump in the last couple of days came out in full support of him. I think he's saying, I mean, Trump even had some things to say about Pfizer, saying, I got some data and I'm not so sure about this. Why don't you release this to the public? I think he's finally starting to wake up that maybe he was...
That is what I read off of Leo Zagami's blog.
Okay.
Is that what he was hearing? And it's not, I've seen it too, and I'm just sitting back watching to see what kind of Pfizer data he wants.
Right.
Because people are saying that people were speculating that Donald Trump may actually finally be doubling back and reassessing the real impact of what Operation Warp Speed really was.
Right.
And as far as motivation goes, nobody really... No one knows, and no one may never know, but some people were speculating that he is reassessing what that impact was because perhaps he got a shot and perhaps he had some issues because of it.
I heard that, and I did see, I think Peter Navarro, and maybe we could, next time I'm on, we'll find the clip. I saw like a brief headline that Peter Navarro was on the PBD podcast, and he said that Fauci, Pfizer, all of them lied to the Trump administration about the data, about the
but you know what?
vaccine.
If we knew that they were lying while they were lying, why?
I know.
Listen. There's a lot here. We all made choices, and no matter what Donald Trump endorsed or didn't endorse, I knew what path I was on. So whatever. And everybody always has their theories about games that are being played and political positions that are being, dug in on for one reason or another. And I have expressed my opinions, and many of them have been critical. And there are just many of them that are non-starters.
Yeah,
but that whole thing is. It's like, you know what? All of us, some of the best research that was being done was so widely reported, and it was all when he was president.
Absolutely. And I come from a skeptical background anyway, so I was always on that side. I can see people who maybe weren't as skeptical, who got all their, vaccines all the time, for the first time had some reason for skepticism. I also look at it as like this. Maybe it's the chilling, or I should say the sort of melting of some egos. It's hard for some people to admit they were wrong, and maybe that's the first time I've heard anybody in the administration so close to Trump say that we were lied to. Whether or not, because I agree with you, they should have known, because for a variety of reasons, but it's the first time I've actually heard it admitted. And if that's the beginning of the change from the top down and the support they're putting behind Kennedy at the same time, the timing couldn't be better, because we need to make sure that Trump is supporting RFK, because the public is, and they want him out. I mean, the powers that be want him out. So if Trump supports him and the people are supporting the Maha movement, then I think he's going to be okay. But there can't be any fracture in that support.
No, there can't be. But okay, so just go to the chat room again, because it's late. So I just want to do a little bit more general reading of the chats and the super chats that are coming in. Let me see here. Dusty Blue. Hello, Dusty Blue. People like that. Aurora doing double touch. She was great. My cousin Sherry was here. Our friend Hot Legs was here. They helped put together a lot of these baskets. Hey, listen, there is a lot of stuff that is just going. People are going to be showered in great stuff.
Yeah. And
I can't wait. Paulina Tomzak says, Frank, check out the Deagle report, projections of population per country.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too. Well, you're talking about like the one from 2013, 14? Said something like there's going to be, by 2025, it was going to be like a 70% reduction in population.
Strange.
I know. Well, they made most of the considerations economic at the time. And then they made, I think later on, because it caught so much attention years ago, everybody was taking a look at it, and then they started putting disclaimers on there, and I think there was some, it was mostly economic. But then as we went into the COVID era, and then they started bringing up whether there's nuclear considerations there too.
Right.
I don't know, but it's 2025, and I'm not waiting on it.
No.
I don't want it to be right.
No.
But the Deagle report, that always circulates and recirculates every once in a while. Let me see here. Let me see. Public image, WWF. Let's see. It's a lot of old Broncos are worth more than new. Oh, yes. Oh, the freight train says, what's crazy is, Frank, I did 2 windshields today on Ford Broncos. Nuts you're wearing. Yeah, well, guess what? I was just, I drove my Bronco for the 3rd time this year the other day. For the 3rd time this year. So it's almost on the, it's almost ready.
Fall's the best time for Bronco.
My 87.
Cool, so, man. Very cool.
Yeah. Well, it's, wait until you actually take a ride in it.
I can't wait.
We're finally, we just sealed up some stuff. The front, the gasket had to be replaced up front. There's some kind of there's definitely oil leaking. That's all. Transmission's been put back together, and now it doesn't smell so much like a lawnmower, like I'm riding a lawnmower. But we'll figure it out. Let's see. That's from the okay. Let's go to some super chats. Ryan Osler says, "Wow, thank you, Ryan, for your wonderful generosity. It's beyond pale with these people. How do you knowingly poison and therefore enslave a population? To be frank, we caught you. And RFK is music to my ears. Things like that is what. Hey, if I get 4 years of things like that, backed up by action, and I think that RFK is a man of action.
I mean, I agree.
I think he knows that." If he's going to actually ever leave a mark like anybody in his family did, this was his moment.
Yeah.
The Playboy stuff ain't going to be, that's not what you want to be remembered by.
I mean, in the end,
driving through town with whale heads on your head. You don't want the whale head story. Throwing the carcass of a baby bear cub in New York Central Park.
And if you think about it, I mean, obviously his dad and his uncle did a lot, but they were cut short. They didn't really get to, I mean, he has the opportunity to do more than they did combined when you really think about it. So, I mean, he could do something incredible for society. And I give him a ton of credit because he's up against things that I don't even think, even me who really understands a lot of the playing field in the health sciences, even I can't even possibly fathom exactly what he's up against because it's just so big.
I think I actually see quite a few new faces in the chat room tonight. Oh. Are there any new arrivals in the chat room tonight? Press 1. And if you are an OG, press 2.
You know why? If there's new people, that means that they want the show to start at 10 o'clock at night.
Listen, I actually would not mind every once
in a while, either it's going to be a 4-hour, quite frankly, or a late night edition.
We are about to put out a really amazing survey.
Yes,
really amazing survey. We put together Krista, one of my producers, put together a 25 question survey. I passed that along to Rich Barris to kind of to put it through the Rich Barris machine, because of course, and he worked on it today, and I can't wait to get it. This is going to be, let's go. We got a lot of OGs. We got a couple of new, 2 dogs. Mike D is a newbie. Anyway, so it's good. It's going to be really interesting to see what people do with this survey. I need to get it done because it's going to inform me on all measures of the show about favorite topics, what people want to see more of, how many nights a week on average they watch, for how long do they watch. I want to really tighten and tune up this operation here because it's I don't know. There's a lot to be done and a lot of new trails to be walked. So
is there a way to get a heat map of your audience, like across the country?
That's the best part about this. That Rich already said that essentially, unless somebody's using a VPN, I mean, we're not going to know everything about them, but we'll know about their whereabouts, about where what regions of the country these are coming from.
Yes,
because that is going to inform me on where in the future. Not only can we do a quite frankly jamboree somewhere else in the United States, but if I hit my funding goal on Subscribestar, my 100% funding goal on Subscribestar, that is going to help me establish, without even the need of sponsors, a travel budget.
Yeah.
Not only just for bringing in people that I want to have on the show and say, listen, let me fly you in. I'll put you up in a local hotel for the night. I will want you in studio. I want that. That has to start happening.
Yeah.
But aside from that, if I know where in the country there's a lot of, audience members, I can every once in a while plot out a month in a random summer or a fall tour where I can go and do remote broadcasts from wherever the hell the metrics tell me people are.
Exactly.
Like, I want to do that shit.
Yeah.
So
no, that's great. That's great. I'm looking forward to those responses.
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. So hopefully, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Labor Day 2025 on Monday, I almost felt ethereal labor pains because I knew 4 or 5 days later it was going to be this jamboree. And I really do believe that tomorrow night and Saturday night is going to be a birth of something new.
Sure.
Because on the other side of this week is all these new initiatives I'm putting forward to just fine tune things and plan for, quite frankly, 3.0. Because right now this is 2.0. 1.0, I think, really ended around 2016-17, especially when we expanded it to 2 hours, and we're all these other things were going on, and the politics, just the great awakenings, waves of awakening started. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, quite frankly, 1.0 was me practicing my chops to be ready for when the audience arrived.
Yeah.
Because when I started this, we were still, obviously you still had Alex Jones out there and InfoWars and a few other people, for example, G. Edward Griffin. Mm-hmm. And that world already existed, but online, there was no audiences really showing up for it yet.
Right.
So that was 1.0. 2.0 was probably around 16, 17. And 3.0 is about to start. I really do believe that.
It's going to be a big deal. Meeting your audience, again, we said this before. I know you did it a little bit at the retreat, but I think it's important for a host to be able to really connect with the audience. And I think that's only going to grow the audience even more when they realize the connection that you have with them in person as well. And to be able to take this thing on the road, that's why I was asking about the heat map, because I firmly believe that this thing would be just as well attended in other places, maybe even better attended, because you're going to get to see where the people actually are. And that's, I think, extremely valuable. So I'm looking forward to seeing the responses.
Hell yeah,
and
man.
what comes from it. It's going to be great.
Change is good. A lot of change is good.
Yeah.
And that's what I realized. There's some change that you don't want to happen. And naturally life takes things and people away, and it's just the way it happens. But every once in a while when you open your mind to it, oh shit. When I think of change, the best change in the world is almost like spring and fall cleanings. You open up the closets and you say, I'm going to throw fucking everything out. I'm throwing everything out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to open the windows, and I want to get some fresh air in here. And I'm going to consider furniture configurations that might have been obscene to me.
Feng shui.
Yeah, man. To hell with it.
And, we are built to adapt to change. You think about that, right? Like you said, the bad part about it is that when people die, it's tragic. But if we never, we are made to get past that, because if we didn't, then we wouldn't even be here as a species. If we were just consumed by guilt when we lost somebody that we loved. We have this really strange ability, like all animals do, to adapt. And when you think about major changes in your life and how normal they feel now, it's hard even to remember what you felt like before that change came your way. So again, like you said, when you're looking at change from the threshold, it can seem very daunting or even scary. And I deal with this with clients all the time. They feel like every change they're going to make is going to be so deliberate, it's going to be so hard. And I promise them that eventually, because you're a human being, we all adjust to change. And I'm telling you, everybody is capable of that. And when you get to the other side, you realize how effortless it actually is. And as you said, in many ways, it's a vast improvement over where you were. So fearing change is normal, but being able to take that first or second or third step is the differentiator between people who achieve and people who just kind of maintain.
Yeah, I didn't want to maintain. There's also just so much that has changed about streaming.
Yeah.
since it all popped off. Like, for example, 2.0, quite frankly, 2.0, that was marked by a time where, especially on places like YouTube, first of all, this is prior to several big purges that I survived.
Yeah.
But prior to those purges, there was other things that were going on. YouTube made streaming a very big part of their platform around 2015. I was using Ustream from 2007 until 2015. It was around then that Tim Pool actually told me to start using YouTube, because they're actually rewarding a lot of suggested time and attention to people for using those streaming and whenever something's new on a platform, they put a lot of time into it and they make it worth your while.
Yeah.
So for somebody like me who is live every night at the same time for at least an hour, the growth was incredible.
Yeah.
But long form content these days, at least right now, is only of course, once you establish your core, they're there. But once and however you get to them, whatever, you have some viral moments and all of a sudden people are on you. Whenever you go live, you're going to have people watching you. Mm-hmm. But as far as growth through channel activity, nothing is, if it's not being powered by short and medium form content that is out there pretty much casting a net and bringing people in to other things. That just is. That changed on the mind. I always knew that was the missing piece here, and that's part of the big change going forward here too. Is that we finally have a social media management operation that is out of my hands and in somebody's hands as a fucking professional. So I can keep writing the show and not feeling like, damn, every night I'm doing 2 hours of content with all these little things in between that I don't have the time to go and take out and share myself, because I have to start writing for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, finally, I see a team assembling,
mm-hmm.
and I just, of course, it's really just a race against time there too, because man, all costs for everything are growing up.
Of course.
But
again, the audience is, I firmly believe, any show is going to be built around that foundational audience participation, and your audience is hardcore, and I know it personally from the attendance at the retreats. I mean, our first year we had sparse attendance, and then the next couple of years when we really promoted it here and when you came to both events, they both sold out. And I think that is a testament. And then you look at the sponsors, I'm sure they're thrilled about the response, because your audience, I've said this a million times, you've built trust with the audience, and the audience is a very action-oriented audience, and that's going to take you far, and you keep delivering, and the audience knows that. You don't sit back and just say, well, I've built this and now I can half-ass it. That's not you, and the audience knows that. So I think the sky's the limit.
Well, it'll be good to meet everybody.
Yeah.
It will. And it's going to be...
My voice is already tired.
No, we have to end. We have to end. And I told Lauren...
I'm so sorry.
I told Lauren, I said, listen, tomorrow I'm going to have to be very monk-like.
Yeah.
Because Friday and Saturday, there's going to be a lot of conversation and a lot of people who deserve to have some attention put on them.
Yeah.
And
let's just go somewhere quiet where we can talk. My whole
where
thing
the hell's
is,
that going to be?
I know, the hallway. I mean, seriously, my whole thing is just like talking in a loud room. That is all. As a singer in a band, that was always like the death knell. It's like if I can talk to you, that's fine. But if I've got to try to talk in a club environment, I'm toast. I can't talk in a loud voice for hours at a time. That's always what killed me. So tomorrow, if you want to chat, I want to chat with you. Let's just find us a quiet place to chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go take a walk down the bathroom.
Yeah, that sounds great. You know what? Come with me to the bathroom.
We're just going to walk around the building.
You and me, let's
come on.
Let's go talk by the urinals.
We'll go into the stalls.
Yeah. I know.
No one will think it's weird when I ask you to go to the bathroom with me. I'm just trying to be able to save my voice.
Absolutely. So, I know the perfect place where we can be alone for a moment.
I'm just going to talk with Jupiter in the bathroom.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, it's like doctor-patient confidentiality, too. I have to be able to protect your privacy, so.
Yeah. I know, that's just one of those things. It's going to be good. It's going to be good, and I can't wait to come back. Oh, by the way, everybody, so tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, I will be live.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna go down. Who's going to be in the room? We'll bring people in a little bit at a time. Jay is actually going to call in through Zoom on his iPad, and from his tablet, he'll be able to walk around the room a little bit more and talk to people or get some comments or. Who the hell knows? But we'll do it just for about an hour tomorrow, and from 7 to 8, and just for you to so you know, on Saturday night there is going to be 3 streams set up. They're going to be private streams. They're going to be for members only. Become a sponsor on quitefrankly.tv or on Subscribestar for as little as $5 a month, and I'm going to be sending out those links to everybody on Saturday afternoon. And probably one of them is going to be a link that we will go live sometime around 7:30 when we just, do shout outs and speeches, and not necessarily speeches, but I'm just going to walk off, rattle off some whatever based on the guest list there and stuff. So I want you guys to be there for that. Mike Baldwin, his set is what, around 8:15?
Ish. Yep.
So Mike Baldwin will have a comedy set. I'll make sure you guys have a private link for that. And then at some point, maybe around 9:30, sometime a little bit no. Before the food ends, because I want you guys to be able to see Sal and see all the chefs doing their things and do just a general walkthrough. I don't know. That'll be
Yeah, if I don't usually do Instagram lives, but if you guys are following me on Instagram, I told Nick, I might do like a 5-minute thing and just kind of like highlight him and highlight some of the food. So if you're following me on Instagram, I don't even know how. I literally never go live on Instagram, so I don't really know how, but I'm going to try. I'll play around a little bit and see if I can make that happen for you guys, just to give you a window into everything and to tease you for maybe next year. Who knows?
All right. Yeah, I know. Regal says, what's the payout on the hottest Frankly betting pool? Damn, you guys have been doing shit like that?
What?
They've got a hottest Frankly pool.
What does that mean?
I guess people are going to be...
the most attractive?
The most attractive person that shows up?
Or the most... Oh, that'll be interesting.
That'll be interesting.
Now, who's the judge?
I don't know. I can't be in that. It's just Lauren, right? That's just Lauren.
Yeah.
I
can.
Well, yeah. Jay's in there.
I can judge for you guys. Oh, that'll backfire.
I know. It's gonna backfire.
We're gonna lose friends over this.
What we'll do? We'll do a Quite Frankly jamboree next time we do it. There'll be a speed dating table. You see a speed dating table there?
Yeah. And we'll cater it specifically for dating. We'll make food that's not very messy. That's, when you eat it, you look cool. You don't have to wear a bib. Yeah, we can make that work.
Brother Zozo dude says that he'll judge.
Oh, okay. That's fair. You got good taste, Zozo?
Hey, what's going on, Soul Travel? Wait. Is that wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Let me make sure that I've seen this correctly.
Can make that work.
Brother Zozo dude says that wait, let me make sure I'm seeing this correctly. Soul Traveler. That is not no, okay. That I thought that might have been Albert Taylor, but Soul Traveler, thank you so much. Thank you.
I like when Albert Taylor is on.
I love when he's on.
That's really fun stuff to listen to. It reminds me of Art Bell because I know he was on Art Bell.
What's the weight limit? Someone says for what? For the contest?
See, we're already in trouble. No, we can't do that. Nope. Do you know that when I was a kid, there was a restaurant in my hometown, you couldn't probably even do this anymore, where the kids paid what they weighed. So you step on a scale, and instead of instead of weights, there were prices. And so whatever you stepped on the scale, and if it said like $7.64, that's what you would pay for everything you could eat. I thought that was really cool. I don't think you could do that now. The restaurant would probably go out of business with kids today.
Yeah. I know. Well, you know what? I think anybody wants to enter themselves into a beauty contest. I don't have no problem with it.
No.
But I mean, there's going to be no special attention paid to somebody just because that's it.
No, it'll be like an unofficial.
All conventional standards of beauty are going to apply. That's I have no problem with people entering.
I don't know what you expect.
Right.
You'll be the unofficial hottest Franklin.
I don't understand like when you have all these people that enter into a beauty contest and then somebody in like a burqa comes in and like, oh yeah, she wins, like you can barely I don't even know who's in there.
Those eyes are incredible.
The eyes.
We should do a king and queen, like a prom king and prom queen of the Quite Frankly Jamboree. We should have got tiara.
King's gonna be the prom king, right?
Oh, he could be. He could also be a judge. Oh, I don't know if I want king.
Oh my gosh, King as a judge. King would do that, right?
He'd be brutal.
King, and I know that would be I want brutal,
brutal honesty.
Brutal honesty that night.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. Hey, you know what? You guys are giving us ideas for the next one. We'll do a mock beauty pageant.
Hello to everybody on Rumble. I know Wart Guy's in there on. I think Wart Guy is coming out to the event this weekend, and Wart Guy says, "Is anybody out here?" I know Wart Guy. I don't know what's happening on Rumble.
Why? What's going on?
There's just something odd. There's something off about Rumble metrics.
Huh.
You know, there's just something off, and
You mean like undercounting viewers, or
I don't know if it's undercount. Maybe it's overcounting because just the chat room activity is like nothing's there. Sometimes it's just I feel bad. There's only like one or two people talking to themselves. It's very strange.
Hello?
But it shows that hundreds are like right now. This is impromptu, so metrics are down across the board because people don't expect it.
Right.
But anyway, it's still good. Let me go over to Pilled real quick to see what people are saying there. Read some. Oh, you know what? That's the other thing. I have the names for the giveaway of the book.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Ah, shit. Let's see. Vesper says, "Ride with the wave of the Jamboree. Much love."
Thank you.
Stephen and Lori says, "Fantastic to see you two this evening. Have a super wonderful Jamboree."
Thank
and Cave
you.
Toad says, "For Righteous Anger by Jeremiah. Good. God bless all the Franklies." And thank you. So it's been a long time since we got an EMP on Pilled. Thank you so much, Cave Toad, for that. Really wonderful.
I'm glad my anger could help you out.
Indeed. Yeah, I know.
I try not to be so angry at 10:30 at night when I'm about to go to bed, but what are you going to do?
Well, you know what? Since people said that, I just remembered here. Hold on a second. Where is my book club raffle? Here you go. From the last two nights, Shotzi, Rhinoceros, Stowstube, Jay Brits, Hello Kitty, Running on Empty, Max Meeks, Radar NJ, Chad Wade, Haywood, Gully 45, Grandma Grateful, A. Joneson, J. Semo, Vesper, Safety Net, Nathan, C. Lynn, Homegoy, Stuck in NY, Corey J, Sean Joe, Lynn RC, NX17, Sentinel, Smalls, Tennessee. So I'm going to put them in there. And then tonight we had Stephen and Lori, Cave Toad, gotcha. Rhinoceros already in there, Steve Ellis. And let's see. Let me put this. Steve. Good. Got you guys. All right, here it is. Who is winning? Who's winning my copy of The Body with all my notes and, of course, an inscription and two wonderful miniaturized photos that were made by Molly Ardy to depict two scenes from two book club titles. One is that really creepy and awesome cemetery scene in The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and the other one is, of course, just a gorgeous interpretation of Falcor from Neverending Story. And the winner is Running on Empty.
All right.
Run on Empty. Do me a favor. Email me at frank@quitefrankly.tv. And also, who the hell out there won the space, the NASA Spaceport Saturn V magazine? Who won that with the SpaceX patch? It's sitting there. I'm trying to send it out, and I'm looking all over for the address. Who the hell won this? Please get in touch with me if it's you. I sent out so much stuff. I'm keeping the USPS afloat. I'm telling you.
I think there's going to be more stuff to be sent out after the jamboree, after all the work we did, and look at all the stuff that we had left over. It's incredible how generous people are, I think, because they realize, again, just how unbelievable this audience is when they latch onto something they really like. So those gift bags, and it's gonna more than pay people back for the effort to get out here. I just can't wait for people to see everything, to try everything, and just to hang out.
Hold on a second.
I was laughing. So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh,
what the hell's going on there?"
What is that?
Nothing.
Oh,
So I
signed on
back to him. I said, "She'll."
I think it's Patriot Soapbox. I was signing into D Live so I can empty the treasure chest over here. I haven't done that in a while.
Oh.
But yeah, we have so much overflow.
It's incredible. The same thing happens at the retreat. The generosity of the vendors.
It's over here.
That's why I always tell people, man, you got to go support those companies, and you guys do such an amazing job at that. It's really nice, and we try to really bring you the people that are worth your time.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. And thanks again to Molly from Keto Brainz. The coffee, Natalie and Greg from Dulce they're on the way.
That's so cool. Do we know if Molly's coming? I know she was on the fence.
She was on the fence. I don't know, but she will be represented at. I actually have to go to the P.O. box because I'm pretty sure she sends stuff out for tomorrow.
Oh, jeez. More stuff.
Yeah, because all that's going to be at the coffee stations.
Tomorrow you might see us if you're in town and you're randomly in a place. You never know where you might find one of us shopping for the event tomorrow night. So keep an eye out for myself or Frank or whoever. We're going to be around.
Wait, I think the Yankees just hold on. McMahon, he just hit a run scoring play. Please let it be a 3-run home run.
Have the playoffs started?
No, soon.
Oh, okay.
The Yankees are just they'll probably get in, but they're just starting to heat up a little bit. There's a few people that need to be just taken out behind the chemical sheds and shot. Devin Williams, Devin Bin Laden. He's got to go away. Let's see what this is. Hold on. It's an 0-2.
I've lost track of baseball. It's so bad.
It's a single. Okay, okay. 5-3, top of the 8th. Well, they're in Houston.
What place are they in the division?
They're in second place, I think.
Who's in first place?
Toronto.
Okay.
They're in second place by percentage points, 1 percentage point over the Red Sox. But they're going to play Toronto next, and then they're going to Boston. So
that Boston-New York series could be a fight for a wild card spot, maybe.
I mean, both of them are 3.5 games behind Toronto.
Oh, so it's really a dead heat at the end. Yeah.
The division's up.
Yeah.
For contention, but I think that all three of them are going to get to the playoffs. Toronto's a good team. The Yankees, they're hanging. They're poorly constructed, but they have enough talent to get in there. I don't know if they have enough. If they're coached well enough to win a short series, though.
You and I talked about this at the Vermont retreat, but do you remember the 2003, 4, that time period, Red Sox Yankees? That was like peak competitive Red Sox. I absolutely loved that early 2000s time period for Red Sox Yankees. It was incredible. That was like all the brawls. They hated each other. They were both really good. You remember that was the year when the Red Sox won the World Series for the first time since 1918 in 04. They came back on the Yankees. The Yankees were up in the ALCS, I think, 3-0. They had just beaten the crap out of them 19-0 to go up 3-0, and then the Red Sox came back and won 4 in a row and won the World Series. That was the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
I was at the bloody sock game. Oh, Trent Grisham just hit a 3-run home run. That guy, and of course they're not going to sign him. They're going to let him walk, which would be ridiculous. I give him 3 years. I was actually super excited that he came over with Soto. I said, Soto's such a big name that people aren't realizing that Trent Grisham is a great center fielder, and now that it's just been him. He's got 30 home runs.
Wow.
That guy's great watching in center field.
Wait, go back. You were at the Kurt Schilling bloody sock game?
Yes.
Wow.
I took a date. I had a crush on this girl.
That's an impressive date.
I was trying,
I mean, that's a lot of money.
It's 2004.
Yeah.
And
that was in the Yankee Stadium, yeah?
Yankee Stadium. We were in in left center field, and damn, man,
those were such good times.
back then it was. I think the tickets were like $200 each.
Yeah,
which of course today would be $1,200.
I know,
each.
right?
And I was out there, and I just like, okay, we're up 3-2. And all right, let's just finish it right now.
We're still in control.
I'm just thinking. I'm like, I can't believe it. I go, you know what? It's a good thing that they lost 2.
Yeah,
because I wanted to clinch at home.
Yeah,
and if I get to see the pennant, if they can clinch the pennant right now, I'm going to get laid.
So you were the reason that they ended up losing. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mark Bellhorn home run.
Oh my God! But those days, man, I think about the teams. Like again, I knew all the Yankee players because I hated them so much. But I really knew all the Red Sox players, and I just don't have any. I just don't have the same connection to it anymore. And at that, at that time, of course, the Patriots were also winning Super Bowl. So it was the Red Sox won the World Series the same year. The Patriots won the Super Bowl, and then we were in Boston. We were getting really cocky. We're like, the Bruins are in the playoffs, and the Celtics are pretty good. Like we were. I was really shooting for the Grand Slam, like all 4 major sports teams winning in one year. We got pretty close one year.
Yeah.
So,
well,
those are the good times.
Yeah, I remember walking out of there, and no, it didn't work out with the girl.
It didn't work out, no.
Didn't work out with the girl, and whatever.
But in the end, it did.
It all worked out. Trust me, it all worked out.
Yeah.
And honestly, after something like that, I'm just like, ugh. Like everybody walking out there, we knew, okay, the series is tied. It's over.
It's over. Well, we were super confident at that point. You win 3 in a row, you're not losing Game 7 because I think Game 7 was back in.
New York.
It was in New York. That's right. That
was the Johnny Damon Grand Slam.
That's right. And that game was over early.
Yeah, we've sent out Jonathan. No. Who the fuck? Oh no! Wait. No, who the hell?
Oh man!
It was another one of those stars we picked up who just ended up being absolutely. Oh man! Hold on! Wait!
As soon as you say the name, I'll remember it.
I'll know it too. I'm going to kick myself.
Yeah, that game ended real quick. Like Damon hit that home run in the first couple of innings. I think the Grand Slam. It was a right field.
I'm going to kick myself. Here it is. No. Kevin Brown started for the Yankees, but it wasn't Kevin Brown who got. Who the hell am I remembering that got the shit kicked? He was the one that really got the shit kicked out of him.
Kevin Brown.
I don't know. It doesn't matter anymore.
Was that the same, or was that the year before? Which one was the brawl where Pedro, I think? Oh no.
Javier Vasquez.
Oh yes. We remember when the brawl between, I can't remember who hit A-Rod, but then Veritek was trying to hold him back, and then Veritek and A-Rod.
2003.
That was the year before, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean those years, man, it was Red Sox Yankees all the time.
Those were the years. Those were years where I would spend. My mind would be completely occupied by, oh man, we're gonna play the Red Sox again.
Yeah, I know.
And for days I would think about it.
I know.
would think about it. And
man, it's a good thing you and I didn't meet back then. We would have hated each other.
We would. We would have, because it doesn't.
Thank God it didn't work out that way.
And it's one of those things where it's definitely not the same. And because there was so much about those teams, how they were constructed, how they were homegrown in many respects. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that really sparks that drama anymore. No. But every once in a while, when I put on a Yankee game and they're playing in Boston, and I just listen to the crowd, I say to myself, yeah, I still hate these fucking people.
Yeah.
I still hate them all.
Well, I mean, anytime I hear the Yankees win, I'm like, fuck you.
Well,
I know he's gone.
He's gone. Hold on, wait a second. There's a funny one over here.
Oh, God.
I love this one over here. Wait.
Throw up in my
mouth. Wait.
Have you ever seen a game at Fenway?
Wait.
Swung on and into the underneath right. That ball is high. That is far. That is gone. Second.
Okay, wait. Now wait. This is a famous one. Now he says, this is the famous one. This is the, okay, here, hold on. I think all the kids are sleeping. Let me get this up on screen. Let me turn on the screen for you.
Oh, great. I need the full experience.
No, it's not going to, is this against, this is actually against the Red Sox.
The Aaron Boone home run. Don't tell me it's that
No,
one.
it's not.
Okay.
It's not. I honestly,
I would definitely get mad at you and leave the studio.
I don't even want to give Aaron Boone. I don't even want to give him credit for anything anymore.
I know, but he broke our hearts that year.
Let me see here.
Remember Tim Wakefield? What was it, like the 13th inning or like the 17th inning or something where Aaron Boone hit that home run in
It was
Fenway?
like the 11th or the 12th.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember because we were running out of people and we had to bring in Tim Wakefield.
Mariano was in his like third inning of work.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Hold on.
That was a very heartbreaking game.
Wait. I'm trying to. This is the last thing because we gotta get the hell out of here.
Anytime you guys get us on the air together, we're like, are we doing? Frank said 20 minutes. How long have we been on? Like an hour?
I know. There it is. Okay, now this is funny. It sounds like John Sterling. He says, who's this at the play? I don't know, but he hits a home run into the second deck. But it sounds like he says sucking dick. and it is what I always look for this to send to my friends every once in a while. But hold on here, listen to this.
There's the 2-0. Swung on and into the end and deep right. That ball is high. Mid is far. It is gone. Second deck is a 3-run home run from Mike Tachman. There's the 2-0.
One more time.
And into the end and deep right. That ball is high. Mid is far. It is gone. Second deck is a
I want make it make sense.
It's pretty good. It really
Sucking
is that's classic.
Yeah, I know.
That's really good.
Make it make sense. Why?
Yeah.
It's like sucking dick. Okay. Anyway, that's all I have for you tonight.
Wait, have you ever seen a game at Fenway?
Won in 1999.
Okay.
Yankees, Red Sox in
I was going to say,
99.
because if not, you and I, because I've seen a game at Yankee Stadium.
I would like to go back.
We should go back. We should see a Red Sox Yankees game at Fenway.
Yeah,
it's such a classic place to see a game.
I would go back. The last time I was there was for that Spartan race.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, we should see a game sometime there. That would be fun. I would do that.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, maybe that could be the next Quite Frankly meetup.
Oh, hey. That's we do something on Lansdowne Street.
Quite Frankly goes to Fenway.
Oh. You could broadcast from the bleachers.
No, God, please. Incredible. Well, you guys have been fantastic. I'm so happy that Jay and I got to go live a little bit here. We will do this again tomorrow night, 7:00 for about an hour, and who knows what the hell comes of it. But remember, there will be at least 2 previously scheduled private streams for members only on Saturday night. Become a sponsor because I will be posting them, emailing them out, putting them on the members only sections. Subscribestar, Patreon, whatever. Go to Subscribestar if you're a new subscriber, because that is where we are going to really hunker down to fulfill our 2026 funding goals. And wait until you hear what unlocks along the way. I'll pitch that to you after this weekend, though. And remember, in the future, we are going to be doing where I want to make sure that in the future, especially when we have quite frankly, a music concert, I want to make sure that we have a great broadcast setup so that we can do some kind of maybe like a public pay-per-view or something like that, or whatever the hell it is. It is it's something I want to do, but we just can't. We don't have the apparatus right now, and there's too many moving parts already, and I'm already so stressed out. Well, wait. Here's what I endeavor to do.
Okay.
When we leave here tomorrow, I'm just going to enjoy it.
Yes.
And then on Saturday, I'm just going to fucking enjoy it. Mm-hmm. I have to.
Absolutely.
I can't, though. That's my problem. I have to find a way to do it. With me, with everything. Especially if I'm hosting a barbecue for Labor Day, or if it is, hosting Thanksgiving or Christmas, whatever it is, I have a hard time sitting down, taking some time to just assess the room, eating some food. Nobody eats at their own wedding.
No, I know.
I got to eat at this one.
But the theater is going to be different because tomorrow night is your space, and so I can understand that. But I think Saturday, everybody who's going to be there, if you're listening, help Frank enjoy himself, because I think really that's going to be even more enjoyable for the audience to see you eating, to see you partaking. Because again, we're going to do some things on stage, but a lot of it is going to be about just the social interaction
Right.
at the venue.
That's what that's why it's making me really actually chill out the most, is that there's no real, when you do a concert, you got to make sure that a band gets off.
Absolutely.
Because you got 10 minutes to switch it up, to get the, swap out the snares and the cymbals.
We hire a stage manager for that gig. Who's going to be able to run that whole thing. And we'll probably just use like one major drum kit and let the drummer bring up, their snare and their, cymbals and stuff, but we could leave the body there, but yeah, a stage manager.
This is one of those things. I don't know. Whatever it is, this one's going to be enjoyable. We gotta. So thank you guys and gals. We will see you tomorrow at some point. And we'll if in the meantime, jump into the Discord. That's where everybody's hanging out. AK or Linda or anybody that's in the chat rooms right now, please drop the Discord link so everybody can keep up with us in between shows. That's the best way, and that's good. Whenever there's announcements, we can get to each other quicker. We'll talk to you, Jay. Cheers.
Yeah, man.
Okay.